Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. It's definitely been a jam-packed month. There's been lots of updates. There's been some releases. Things we didn't think we'd see finally get announced and put on a slate for release. I know that's a little bit of a dig, but I am happy to see that Super Saiyan 3 Goku finally in the works and on the slate for this year. We're not going to be talking about all that. I know you guys probably have some opinions about the Kang stuff, but what I am going to try to do a little bit differently here is break them down into a little bit more bite-sized videos. I mean, I do like the longer format of 30 minutes, but let's just be honest. It's probably a little easier for you guys to digest it all in about a 10-minute video as opposed to 30-minute for each thing. So we're going to be focusing today on the Goku Black news that's been going around between two different studios and getting a little bit into that. But before I do that, I do want to take a moment to highlight that I am collaborating with a new Discord that's been going around here. You might have seen it, you might already be in it. It's the Dragon Ball Figuarts and third-party server. So it's primarily obviously focused around third-party stuff, but as well as just general collector hobbies as well. I am collaborating. His name is Josh. This is the owner of the server. You might have seen him in our newsroom that I do share with Courier. At this moment, they are hosting like a giveaway. I am not entirely sure which item it will be that you win for the giveaway, but since they passed their goal, they are going to be hosting that eventually here. So if you want to hop in there, it's a pretty cool spot. I'll be in there here and there, but not 24/7, but I will pop in there when I can. But it's been a pretty cool space, especially if you were in the Kang Studio. I think it was the Kang Studios Facebook group, and we had that chat. It's migrated a little bit into here, so it's definitely a good space to be. Links will be in the description. But yeah, let's get into this. So first things first, I do want to take a moment to say yes. And this is his Instagram, by the way, before we get into anything. If you want to check him out, because he also does his own custom work. He has a few projects coming up and about, like this Gohan kit. Now, let's take a moment to just go back. We've had some Goku Black stuff here in the past. If you remember Char 19971, back in the deal custom days of 2024, we got our Goku Black sets from them, and they are still top of the line in my opinion. Moving on, DKO, and it's unfortunate this project got canceled, but it's no longer in the works from DKO. I was very hyped for it, especially following their other projects. I felt like this would have been really, really well done. But all hope is not lost, because VitoForge joins the fray, and we finally get an announcement for an updated Goku Black body, hopefully using more of the updated engineering that Tamashii Nations has been using. Now, while that is the case, and while it is cool to see, I don't really know when these are releasing. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I've heard that they're releasing early Q2, but I don't really see any pressing news to say that that's probably happening. So we'll see. So far, I mean, we have our prototypes and everything. If we go back, like, there is a very, very minor articulation showcase, and it's very, very minor, but it's not enough to really convince me the figure is going to blow my mind, if that makes sense. I'm very hopeful that they do well, because they are doing 4 variants, 2 for Goku Black and 2 for Gohan Black, and I'm sure a lot of people want that. And the bodies do look rather okay. I just want to see how they articulate. But we haven't really had too much more from them, unfortunately, so we're just kind of waiting. As of January 1st, this was kind of our last update directly from them of their face sculpts and head sculpts. And some people have said that this does kind of look like the DKO style, and if that's the case, then either they worked with DKO and did that, that's cool. If not, they still look rather okay. I do like the color on this one. I'm just not sure if I'm liking the entirety of the face printing on those, but we'll see. I have to see the final product to really give a good judgment of it. So that's VitoForge. We're waiting to see what they do going forward. Hopefully things probably work out, I hope. Moving on though, Dimensiona. This is a new one that they just came about. They do already have some prototype images here, kind of showing what the figure looks like. Everybody, of course, has their own reaction to it. I will say it is a little bit bulkier than I was expecting for a Goku Black. Not to say Goku Black isn't bulky, it's just the particular art style of Dragon Ball Super makes the characters a little bit more lean, which I think draws into Toriyama's kind of original art style for that. So, I mean, it's preference at that point. Do you want the bulkier Z style, or do you want what it really looks like in Super? I don't really care either way. I just kind of want to see how the final thing turns out. So We have 2 Goku Blacks in the works from 2 different studios, and I think that's really cool. Some people will say that's just unnecessary, but I think 2 studios doing the same thing that has never been done yet in terms of an updated body, that's perfectly okay. Now, let's get into some of the other photos here. This is kind of an angle view, a view of the belt or the skirt piece, and hopefully this is going to be soft plastic and everything, because I really don't want it to be hard plastic, and then it's like, what's the point, right? And then the scythe. The scythe looks rather similar, at least this one, to the one that VitoForge was doing. Let's take a look here. We can literally cross compare. And I mean, it's not the exact same, but it's more or less kind of the same, right? These are the renders that recently just came out, I believe today at the time of making this video. So they're doing 3 variants. The first one is the rose tinted one that you typically see, right? Like even Tamashii Nations has done like 2 of those, 3 of those at this point. It does come with this really neat effect on all 3 of them, where he's initially grabbing that scythe out of his hand, or he's turning his keyblade into the scythe, if that makes sense. I'm trying to remember that whole scene. And then of course they're throwing crossed arms. I do like that, but I don't like these type of crossed arms. I just don't like inserting them here at the bicep. I've seen more problems with those than the ones that you plug into the actual shoulder peg. You are getting a pretty decent lineup of faces, 6 faces each for both head sculpts. That's pretty cool, especially for the Goku Black. Did notice that, yes, the base head sculpt is not a part of the regular like set here. I mean, you kind of get it in C, and I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's the colors. It really matters if you care about the colors. Personally, I've still got those DL custom head sculpts. If I get this, I'm just plugging that right on there. All I need is a really good base Goku Black head sculpt. That's what we don't have enough of, and that's really all I want. But each set is getting more or less the same accessories. The color palette is just going to be a little bit different, and then you're getting 2 scythes, and I mean, I guess that's cool. At this point though, I just want a good Goku Black figure. I hope it poses well and all that stuff. That's really all I care about. And this is VitoForge. I don't know why I have that there. But this is also the effect, kind of like prototyping. And if it kind of looks like that in hand with the color ray of, the pinkish hue to it, I think it's going to turn out really, really well. Although if they're doing more of like a matte colored one, I don't really know if I'll like that. In the renders, it kind of looks like that. We'll have to see how it turns out, right? Like everything looks different as opposed to the renders when it comes to physical photos. And then here's kind of a full image showcasing that render. So far from what I can see, I mean, the ball joint or the ball peg hinge on the feet looks cool. I mean, that should provide decent articulation all the way around. The legs, not really sure what they're doing there. I'm not sure if that's like single jointed or if it's going to be a hidden cut or something. That I have no idea. But the structure of it does look like it's relative to those old, like the 3.0 style that everybody would call it, from like Superhero Gohan or Super Saiyan 4 Goku, that type of era back when they were really starting to push those new articulation schemes. And then of course at the top here, ideally, I mean, I think that it would just be good to copy the Daima Goku body. Like that really is it. But beyond that, if this does work out well, I really hope VitoForge or Demoniacal or freaking YGMW turns one of these bodies into a freaking Ssg Goku. Like they're all good for that, with minor tweaks to them. That's really all I need. After this, somebody do it, please. Now, the bigger news here that I do find really cautious is the fact that they're already up for pre-order with 5K Toys. Not that I'm saying 5K Toys is untrustworthy. It's just, you guys remember what happened with RR Studios Perfect Cell, right? Unfortunately, they canceled their project amidst not meeting expectations and all that stuff. And yeah, I would hate for people to pre-order something, this early, because you don't know when it's going to come out at the end of the day. Anytime these people put up a estimate here at the bottom, Q3 2026 can turn easily into Q1 2027. Like, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Don't put a down payment in if you're not prepared to wait that long. Best advice I can give you, because there's not really anything that's going to change drastically until we start seeing like articulation tests, final production photos, it actually being printed in the factory, clamshells and box art. Like once I see that, I would definitely recommend pre-ordering. But at this point, I don't, unless you really are satisfied waiting. The only benefit with 5K toys versus Aliexpress, and even I would say like Xiaoyu, because I mean, unless you really are good at maintaining your Xiaoyu orders, it's 5K toys has that down payment, so you're not putting everything up front. If you do lose out on the pre-order, you only lose out on what, 30 bucks for each one in total. So either 10 bucks, 20 bucks, or 30 bucks is what you're sacrificing at one point. And of course, you do have some time, I think, to cancel and refund if you want to do that. You just have to be very quick about it. But regardless, that kind of is it for this section of the video. I am going to make another few videos going over some of the recent stuff that deserves its own video. But yeah, I'm very happy that there's more Goku Blacks being done. I mean, I've been waiting for somebody to do a Goku Black for a while now. I really was hoping that Tamashii Nations like would do something, but I guess we'll wait until hopefully the Dragon Ball Super Beerus part of the remake gets to hopefully the Goku Black Saga, if that's the way they're going, and maybe they can cross, you know, promote that way with figures and stuff like that. That's the hope, because I really think that those Gokus coming out this year are indicative of the fact that we're getting Super remade. That's my opinion. I probably didn't show this either, but this is the head sculpts. Look pretty well done. And again, I mean, I don't really care about the scythe. But yeah, that's Dimensiona. Go follow them. Keep tabs on their page. Also, go follow VitoForge. I don't think it's harmful to have, like, do I have the right page up? Oh my goodness. I don't think it's harmful to have them, you know, both at the same time doing the same thing. It's when I see like 10 Vegitos being done every freaking year. That's what I get frustrated about, okay? Anyways, like I mentioned, Discord is in the description. If you guys want to check it out, it's definitely a cool place to be, especially if you're just mostly wanting to talk about third-party stuff. Good community. And of course, check out the newsroom that's in the description as well. That's just where, you know, Courier and myself will either share stores we both use that we trust, or any other updates, photos that may just string along, as well as general figure news that we post. So hope you guys have a good one. Check out the next few videos here, because it probably should start picking up a little bit this week. It's been a lot. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.